Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the products I've been loving for the fall months. A majority of the products I'm going to be sharing are makeup, but I do have a few lifestyle, and near the end I'm going to be sharing a few products that kind of disappointed me. So before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. I'm going to start off with the lifestyle products, and the first product is very random, but has been one of my favorite things for the past few weeks. It was the perfect pastime for when I was sick, and it is this fabric shaver, and this is the Butual one. I recommend this one the most. I did try another one from Amazon in the same price range, but when I received it, I used it for like an hour and it died. But this one is super powerful. It has 2 speeds and it's amazing. I'm so happy I got this because it's amazing for those woolly sweaters I've been wearing. They just, you know, when you wear a sweater and under the armpits in some areas where it rubs, it builds those little fabric balls, and this just removes that and makes everything look brand new. So hopefully I'll be able to find a few things to get some b-roll shots, because while I was sick I did my entire closet. I'm gonna go check my closet and see if I have anything to show right now. So here's a good example right here. I'm just gonna turn it on and it just takes it off, and it's so satisfying to watch for me. I don't know, I've just been loving this thing so much, and it's really great if you are someone who shops at the thrift store. It just helps your items look brand new. And the next thing I'm so excited about, it's a really great replacement for cotton rounds, and it's these little pads. I don't know which brand I got them from. I got them from Amazon, so I'll link the ones I got down below. These are so great because it came with this mesh bag that you just place the dirty ones in, and then you throw it in the wash with your towels or whatever, and they come out looking brand new. This is awesome because it helps the environment and also a trip to the store. I absolutely hated buying things like makeup wipes and cotton rounds and things like that, and these just, I'll never have to buy those things ever again. Also, these are super soft and gentle on the eyes. It really saved me when I do the 3 looks 1 palette videos, because when I used to do those, my eyes would be burning by the 3rd look. But ever since I started using these are just so gentle. It removes the makeup so seamlessly without disrupting or irritating my eyes, and it's just been a dream. But that's it for lifestyle products. I'm now going to get into some makeup products, and I'm looking at my pile here and I'm seeing a lot of highlighters and a lot of eyeshadows. So I'm first going to start off with MAC Strobe Cream. I've been on the kick of this again. It's just so good. It makes you look so hydrated and dewy. My skin has been feeling a little bit dehydrated and it's lacking that glow, and this just pumps it back right in there. It just makes your makeup look so flawless, and it makes your foundations go on so smoothly. It is more of an emollient texture, so you just have to use a tiny bit. If you use too much, then it's a little bit too slippery feeling, and that's when I find that it breaks up my makeup. But if I use less, then it's like perfect and it looks amazing all day. And my favorite shade is Gold Light. Next, I have a few blushes, and they're actually all from ColourPop. So the first one is Perk Up. You have seen me use this time and time again on my channel lately. It's just the perfect fall tone. I love this because in the summer I was obsessed with peach tones, but this shade allows me to still wear peach tones but make them more fall, because it still has that peachiness to it, but it's just more like a burnt peach, and it's such a good shade because it matches every fall look I've been doing recently. And my other ColourPop favorite blush is this one right here. It's called Too Cool for School, and it's their Super Shock formula. It is such a beautiful nude brownie kind of shade. It's such an approachable creamy texture if you're new to cream blushes. This is a perfect one to segue you into more cream products. This one, it still applies like a powder, but it just acts like a cream at the same time. Once it's on the cheek, it just like melts into your base, and it just makes you look like you're actually flushed. And it's not intimidating to use whatsoever because it's very sheer, so you can build it up. Next, I have a bronzer I haven't been able to stop using, and it's the Fenty Beauty in the Sun Sunstalker bronzer. I bought this during the summer and I didn't really use it because it was a little bit pale, but for the stage I'm at now, it's so perfect. I'm wearing it today. It's awesome because it's not too warm nor too cool, so it looks really great with all of my fall looks I've been doing. It looks great with cooler toned looks as well as warm tones. For the past like year-ish, I haven't been using any contour products, only bronzers, but this one kind of gives me the best of both worlds and I love it. And the formula is really nice. It builds up beautifully. It's not patchy whatsoever. It's just a stunning bronzer. And it's crazy because you can see the pan indent. Like, I'm gonna hit pan any second now, and that's crazy because I don't think I've ever hit pan on any bronzer before. Now I'm going to be going into my highlighters, and I have 3 here. The first one I'm going to talk about is the one I'm wearing right now, and it is the Nudestix Nudies in Hey Honey. For the longest time, I just had the Illuminati in my collection. I didn't super love the pink purpley shift it had, and on the skin it just made me look super oily. But this one, for some reason, is just like life-changing. I love this shade. It's really unique to me because it's so impactful once you apply it, but it doesn't take away from the look. Like, it looks super natural and just a subtle amount of glow. Right now it looks really intense just because I have like my ring light on. This has been my favorite everyday go-to, even if I'm not wearing foundation. If I just need to quickly get out the door, I like to apply this on the high points, and it just makes me look really nice and healthy and glowy. The next one I want to talk about is the Guerlain Gold Terracotta Highlighting Stick. This is so beautiful. It's right here. It is a very intense sheen. It is quite gold, so if you are any shade paler than me, I wouldn't recommend this because this would give you like a cast and it would be too deep for you. It's really nice because there's no glitter in it whatsoever. It's just a really intense sheen, and the scent is just one of my favorite things. It smells like Hawaii, but it doesn't smell over scented. It just smells like the plumeria trees. It's really cool because it is a cream, but it feels like a powder once it's on. I also find this one to be very unique because once you apply it, it's very intense, but it doesn't take away from anything else that you have going on. It all just makes it look really even and nice, but it gives you so much dimension to your face. If you've tried the Hey Honey and you're not a fan of that more emollient dewy texture, I recommend you trying this one because it's a little bit more of a satin finish, but it's so beautiful. And the last highlighter I wanted to recommend is the Kaja Beauty Mochi Glow in the shade 03 Luna. I have a mega dent in this product as well. That's insane to me, but this is such a unique formula. It kind of reminds me of the ColourPop Super Shock formula, but a little bit different in a way. It's more pillowy, but this is a really beautiful highlighting shade. It's right here. It's the most see-through one I have ever found for me. It just completely blends into my skin tone. It gives such a glossy sheen without actually being glossy like the Nudestix one. It took me by surprise because it has very micro glitter. Like, it's very tiny, but it's kind of reminds me of the Hourglass Scattered Light glitters. You know how small those ones are? These are even smaller, so it's just, I don't know, I'm a fan of this one. I don't know, I've just been in love with this one. It really took me by surprise because I usually don't like any size of glitter in my highlighters, but this one, I don't know what it is about it, but I obviously cannot stop using it. And my preferred way to apply this is with a finger. It just immediately melts into the skin and looks super seamless. Like, there's no line of demarcation anywhere. It's really great. Now I'm gonna get into my eyeshadow palettes I've been loving, and I don't know, I have a lot here. I've just been feeling so inspired, and I've been loving doing all these fall eye looks, so I have a lot of eyeshadows here that I've been loving. First, starting off with this little trio here. This is the Kaja Chocolate Dahlia one, and these are just so genius to me. I love these. I love how compact they are, but you get pretty good sized pans. I just think these are really great for traveling, or if you need to do a quick eyeshadow look, you have all the shades you would need in one little tiny compact trio. This is the one I've been using the most just because these are such everyday shades for me. I love how they're kind of more on the cool tone, maybe just perfectly neutral. They're just so stunning, and the shimmer in here is so intense. It's just so beautiful and sparkly. I absolutely love it. Super easy to travel with. It just fits anywhere, and even if you had a few of them, they'd still be super tiny in a makeup bag. I think these are just really awesome. I love them. And the next palette I actually haven't used on my channel yet, but I really want to. Let me know if you'd like to see a 3 looks 1 palette using this. This is such a great fall palette. I see so many different looks in here. You get your good brown neutrals, these fun more teal shades, these fun more blue teal shades, and up here you get those pink tones. I don't know, I think this palette is really awesome. The shades I use the most are just the more boring ones, but the other shades are so fun, especially this one right here. I like to add this one on top of the brown if I'm feeling like I'm missing a little something, but it still looks really nice and natural for an everyday outing look. And the formula in this one is really, really nice. I wasn't impressed with the Poison Garden palette whatsoever. This one, I think this is a complete different formula. Whatever is in these shades aren't in those, and this is just performs so beautifully. I'm loving this palette so much. So let me know if you'd like to see that video. And the next palette is of course the Pat McGrath Mothership Midnight Sun palette. This is just so beautiful. Just looking at this puts me in a good mood. It's just so stunning. Such a gorgeous presentation and experience when you open one of her palettes. Like the beveled mirror and just how heavy it just is a true piece of art. If you're not familiar with Pat McGrath shadows, and you just like look at this online, it does seem like a bunch of everyday shadows that don't look super unique, but I highly recommend if you're ever in a Sephora to swatch these shades, because it's just like none other. There's no other shadows like it on planet Earth. They are so exquisite. They're just amazing. The thing I love the most about her palettes is that you don't just get the 2 classic formulas, mattes and shimmers, and here you get 7 different formulas, and they're all so beautiful. And when you play around with those textures, it just brings out your eyes in such a unique way that other eyeshadow palettes can't. So if you don't know how her eyeshadows feel, you can't give an opinion on this palette. I really, really recommend you to touch these shadows before you make up your mind about Pat McGrath as a brand. They're just so stunning and unique. I did do a 3 looks 1 palette using this one, and the last look I did in that video has been the one I wear the most. Maybe not as smoky, just a little bit toned down. This palette has got to be one of my top favorites I have ever used. I love it so, so, so much. And the last 2 are the Melt Gemini and 27 palettes. I'm going to talk about them at the same time because I use them pretty interchangeably, because they're just the most perfect fall palettes. And I'll put them side by side so you can see. So the 27 palette is the perfect like pumpkin spice warm look, and then the Gemini palette is perfect for those really, if you're mimicking the colors of the leaves outside. They're just the perfect fall tones, and I've been using these 2 palettes the most, I'd say. Melt, their eyeshadow formula is so good. Their mattes are stunning, their shimmers are stunning. I think they're just beautiful, and you can see that these palettes are very well loved. I've dropped them both a lot, and I've traveled with both of them so much. This one cracked, this one's cracked, but I tried to save them. They're still hanging in there. But these two palettes I've used time and time again on my channel as well, and on my Instagram. I think I probably used these 2 palettes the most out of all the other eyeshadows I've ever had. But yeah, love these 2 to bits. These 3 eyeshadow palettes have been getting me the most excited for fall that I've ever been. I've been absolutely loving my fall this year. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm feeling so inspired, but I'm also doing so many fun fall activities. I've just been so happy lately. But that wraps up my favorites. Now I'm gonna get into the products that kind of disappointed me. So first, starting off with this ColourPop liner in the shade Prance. This was so sad because this was the perfect shade to recreate the Euphoria look that Maddie wore with the chain on her eyelashes. I wanted so bad to do a video recreating that look, but it didn't work out. This was just the most chippiest, most crackiest eyeliner I've ever come across, and I've gone through a lot of cracky eyeliners, but this takes the cake. I don't know what it is about it, but it is the worst. I do have a little clip of it. I don't know if it'll show all the cracks it had, but funny enough, they also came out with a mascara in this launch, and the mascara performed better as an eyeliner than this did, so yikes. And sticking with the eyeliners, this Anastasia liquid liner just did not work for me at all. I did wear it in my Pat McGrath foundation review for one of the days, and after a few hours of wear, it was all up in my crease. It transferred like crazy. That's never happened to me with any other liquid liner or liner ever. I do have oilier lids, but that still has never happened. And the applicator is just not one that I love. It's a weird thing. It's like stiff at the bottom, but then at the tip it's very, very flimsy. Here, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a good, see, it's very, very flimsy. So like it was really, really hard to get a precise liner. Once you were doing like the flick at the end, it like kind of caught onto your skin and then like flicked like crazy and just made like a huge mess. So sadly this one just did not work for me, and the formula was super, super drippy. One little drip of moisture and it was a inky mess. So that one was a no from me. Next, I was so sad about these. These are the Milk Flex highlighters. I've tried them both. I gave them a good shot after my first impressions with these, and they're just not it. They're very, they have very, very chunky glitter, and I don't know, it really makes me sad because I love the way these look. I love the packaging. I love the word flex they added in here. I think it looks really sharp and beautiful, but these two, they did not look good at all. They were weird because once you applied them, it looked stunning, but then once you looked really up close, it was very, very patchy and clingy. I don't know what it was clinging to me on, but it was just like very like scattered weird glitter on my cheeks, and I don't know. I've been really sad about these. I wanted to love them so bad. And lastly, I was disappointed in the Anastasia loose powders. I tried vanilla as well as translucent, and they both they both did not look good on me at all. They're too drying for me. They seriously sucked any moisture out of my skin and just made my skin look a little bit textured and older than it actually is, and it just brought out everything and made my face feel very tight, and I was really aware that I was wearing makeup, and I really despise that feeling. So these just weren't it for me. Let me know. I would love to know your experience with these, if you like them or not, because sadly they didn't work for me. But that's all the products. I didn't include any lip products or foundations because I did my foundation roundup not too long ago, as well as my fall favorite lipsticks. So I will link those in the description down below if you're interested in seeing those. But with that, that is all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hoped you liked today's video. If you did, please give it a like. It would help me out so much. Also, I would love to know what products you've been loving this fall, and I'll make sure to link all the products I mentioned in today's video in the description as always. And before I go, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!